DreAllDay.com.
Everybody, Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Topic today, we're talking about politics. And my background being in sports. And also this happens in the business world. But with my background being in sports, often I would have athletes come to me and they would say, well, you know, I'm trying to do my thing on this team or get on this AAU club or make this team or get more playing time, but you know, it's very political right now. This team won't have me on because this dude's dad knows this person and this thing is going on. And they say politics is keeping them from doing their thing. It's not skill, it's not anything else, it's just politics that's keeping an athlete from getting their opportunity on the team. In the business world, people talk about this. Office politics can keep you from advancing, keep you from getting that promotion, from getting a raise, might even get you fired if you're not working the office politics game right. And if you're a person who in any area of business, you don't like to play the political game. That could be in the music business, the financial business, the branding business, any kind of business. If you don't like to play the political game, you might end up on the outside looking in or missing out on certain opportunities just because you refuse to play the political game, because you think you're above politics, you're too smart for politics, you don't want to be a backstabbing person, you don't want to be conniving and doing all this. You just want to be a genuine person and be appreciated for being genuine. So I'm here to tell you something. First of all, politics do exist. I'm not going to tell you that politics don't exist. Politics absolutely do exist. A wise man once said, as soon as you put 3 people in a room, you're going to get politics, because you got people working to advance their own interests. First of all, let's understand what politics are. Politics are things that any of us does as a human being to advance our own personal interests. That's what politics is about. Okay, so all of us do things to advance our interests. So we are all politicians in one way or another. Maybe not by profession, but by nature, we're all politicians in one way or another. And here's the second thing you got to understand. If politics are working against you, if you've ever felt that politics have kept you from achieving something in your life, it is your fault. It's not the fault of the political people or the people who kind of played the game better than you, or the backstabbers, or the people who are more sneaky or conniving, or whatever labels you want to put on them to make yourself feel more moral and just. It doesn't matter, because you didn't achieve your outcome because you thought politics got in the way. It probably did because you weren't playing the political game right. So I'm going to tell you 3 things you need to understand about playing the political game the right way in life so that this will not happen to you again in the future. I'm going to tell you the 3 things up front, then I'm going to explain the 3 things. Number 1, you need to get better at your people skills. Number 2, you need to develop a base of allies, not learn to, but develop a base of allies. And number 3, you got to learn how to strategize. So we got people skills, allies, and strategizing. Point number 1, improving your people skills. What does that mean? Get better at talking to people, having conversations, learning how to make small talk and continue small talk, how to ask for what you want in an indirect way, how to get to your goals without maybe being so direct if you think it may piss somebody off or put people on the defensive. You just got to get better at dealing with people. And the best way to get better at dealing with people is, first of all, you got to get off this website, whatever website you're looking at this on, whether it's my website, YouTube, any other online, on your phone or on the computer, and go actually talk to real people in real life, in the flesh, where you could actually reach out and physically touch them, and they can reach out and physically touch you. You got to improve your people skills, which comes with you just having experience socializing with human beings. Thing with us being on our phones or having phones that can do so many things these days is that we're not interacting with humans as much as we used to. We used to have to interact with humans to get things done, at least by phone, if not in person. Now we could do everything without even speaking to somebody. There's no voice interaction. We could do it by snaps and emails and text messages without ever interacting with people, and that is costing you, and that your people skills are not as good as they can be. So when you do get in a social situation, you don't know what to do or how to conduct yourself. You got to improve your people skills. Go get some experience with people. Get off your phone, or put your phone away. I mean, you're not going to leave it at home. Put your phone away and actually have a conversation with a real person. Number 2, developing a base of allies. Allies is what an ally is very simple. It's people who know you, like you, trust you, have a positive, favorable opinion of you, which means in times of need, they may do something to help you out that they otherwise wouldn't do if they didn't know who you were. And you want to be allies to other people too, that you could do something to help them out because you like them, know them, trust them, have a positive, favorable opinion of them. You just need friends. All right, that's what I mean when I say a base of allies. People you're cool with, they ain't got to be your friend. The people you're cool with, who are cool with you, who respect you, who look up to you, who like what you do, who support your movement, who you helped them sometime in the past, you supported them sometime in the past, you could kind of call on a favor. You need allies, people who will help you out in times of need. Make as many of them as possible. There is no downside to having more allies, more friends, more people who have a favorable opinion of you, who like you, know you, trust you, etc., etc. You understand what I'm saying when I say allies? If you don't have any friends or allies, or all your friends are just people on your Facebook or your Instagram or your YouTube or whatever it is, you need some real life friends, because those people on the internet might not be around and available for you when you absolutely need them. You need some people you have real, genuine, like live, visceral connections with, not just internet connections, but visceral, physical connections with, that you can call on and they can call on you as well. So that's how they become allies, and all y'all can network together. As they say, the saying goes that your net worth or your network is your net worth, and that's not always 100% true, but in some ways, in many ways actually it is, because the more people you know, the more things you can get done, because there's only so much any one person can do. No matter how powerful, strong, or energetic you are, you can always use the help of other people. It'll get you further and it'll get you there faster. And point number 3, you got to learn how to strategize. Because when we're talking about politics, there's some strategy that goes into it. It's not just, you can't just be this open book person who just says everything that you're thinking, or you're a realist, or you're a person who just speaks your mind. Some people like to say, I just speak my mind. So then you say reckless things that get you into bad situations with other people, get you in a bad hot water politically, and hurt you in the long run, all because you wanted to speak your mind because you think that's what keeping it real means. Or listen, that shit is stupid. Okay, that's not something that's going to help you in the long run of life. There are times to speak your mind. There are times to say how you feel. There are times to keep it real. And there are also times, as we talked about in the previous video, about wisdom. Wisdom means knowing when to use which information and which knowledge at what times, and when not to use it. All right, you got to know when to speak your mind, and also when to shut the fuck up. You got to know when to keep it real and say exactly what you're feeling, be radically honest with another person. You also got to know when to maybe kind of give it to them softly, because different people take things different ways. And coming from you, people take things differently than maybe if it was coming from somebody else, depending on your relationship to them, depending on your style, depending on how long they know you, where they know you from, what they think of you. All of these things you need to learn to consider, and you're going to develop these skills through human interaction. Again, you're not going to develop this on fucking Facebook or watching YouTube videos or Instagramming. You got to go out and talk to real people in real life. The more real conversations you have, the better you will get at these things. But you must learn to strategize in dealing with other human beings. It's not always just do exactly what's on your mind that comes to you impulsively in the moment. That is not going to work for you in the long run. I don't care who told you that it worked for them, or who shows off that they're just an open book, just flying off the handle all the time and things just work out perfect. It ain't true. Okay, you must learn to strategize in dealing with people. And a book that I would recommend you is the 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Now, it's not about fighting or war or conflict at all times. It's about thinking. The book is a book that will challenge you to think about how you deal with people, not just doing things off the cuff tactically, but being strategic and thinking before you act. And that's something that a whole lot of people can learn from, especially in our social media age that we're in, because you can't take the same energy you have on social media and bring that to your personal interactions, because that's going to hurt you more in the long run than it will ever help you. So recapping our 3 points, talking about politics. First of all, understand that politics, everybody engages in it. It's the act of furthering your own personal interests, and we all want to do that. And if politics is working against you, it is your fault. It is not the fault of anybody who happens to be, the conduit of the politics working against you. It's your fault because you didn't play the political game right. Number 1, what were our 3 points? Well, we know what number 3 was. Let me go backwards. Number 3, you got to learn how to strategize dealing with other people. Number 2, developing that base of allies. And number 1, you got to develop your people skills. Who do you deal with? Who do you talk to? Do you have experience dealing with a person who is a different gender of you, a different race of you, from a different background from you, from different socioeconomic class from you, a person who thinks differently than you, who has different opinions from you? Do you only talk to people who agree with you, who say the same things you say, listen to the same music, do the same things, dress the same way? No wonder you can't deal with politics, because you're not used to dealing with anybody but people who look just like you. How you going to go anywhere in life if your only experience is with people who are exactly like you, when the world is as diverse as it is? So develop your people skills, number 1. Develop a base of allies. Make some damn friends, not on the internet, but in real life, so that you can call on them and vice versa, they can call on you. And number 3, learn to strategize when you're dealing with people. Everybody is not like you. Everybody does not think like you. Everybody's not the same as you. Everybody does not have the same logic as you. And it doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them unique and different. So if you are too dumb to understand that and you just use it to your favor, then of course politics is going to work against you. So if you ever find yourself complaining about politics again in life, it's not their fault, it's your fault. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. My book, Work on Your Game, Using the Pro Athlete Mindset to Dominate in Business, Sports, and Life, is available now where all books are sold, physical, digital, and of course the audio book, 100% done by me. you have learned from these philosophies, the mental game, business, sports, life, anything you do, this is the book for you. Go get it now and work on your game. Dre all day.